Inland Sports.
Here on the Inland Sports Show, as we go out to Valley View High School softball practice with the one, the only, the legend, John Perez and the Eagles. Coach, you guys are always having a great time at practice. You guys actually like practice, don't you?
Hey, we do our thing out here. We always have a good time out here. You got to make it fun.
So you guys, I mean, I heard the music. Is that your playlist? Do the players get to pick?
Only my playlist. Hey, there's no negotiating. No negotiating. Turn it up a little bit.
To play at Valley View, you got to play with Coach Perez's music. Are you guys, give me a thumbs up. Do you like his music, or is it okay? Thumbs down? Oh, Coach.
Hey, ask the Blues if they like it. Ask the Blues. They love coming here.
I'm sure the umpires do.
They love it.
Well, Coach, listen, you guys, as at the time of this interview, you guys are 10-2 on the season. You've got some big wins already under your belt in non-league play. I know you just had that big one against Beaumont just the other day, a 1-zip win on the road. What have you liked about your team so far this season? What are you guys doing well?
You know what? We're actually kind of young. We're young. We're just a different ball club this year. Last year we had a lot of big hitters, more of a power hitting team. This year we're just overall work on good pitching, good defense, and then just see what we do with the offense as far as hitting goes, and we'll take our chances. The two losses, we're not going to talk about it. I left the bad taste in my mouth. These guys know I actually threw a chair out the door on the way home, but it wasn't a temper tantrum. It was just trying to send a message. So, these kids understand, and these guys, they work hard every single day. I love my kids here. These kids are awesome out here. A lot different from Corona and Santiago. So, these guys out here, they work. These guys work, and they're great. They're great to be around.
All right, Coach. Going back to last year, the Ivy League's always good for softball. Paulie's had some really good teams. I know this year, Liberty's had some good teams. Paloma Valley's always tough, but for you guys, is that first, I don't know if you create goals each season, but is that first goal maybe just to win the Ivy League before you get to the CIF playoffs?
You know what? Our kids, it's not where you start, but it's where you finish, and these kids know that. And all my teams have always played for a ring, a CIF title. But since I come to Valley View, I'm learning the culture, and I didn't know that Paulie was like their big rival out here because, back in the day it was another school when I was at the other place. But yeah, that's a goal. Paulie's really good. Hemet's good. Liberty's really good. Paloma's good. Orange Vista's good. They're all good. They're all good teams, man. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight to the finish. We don't take anybody lightly, because they're all good. On any given day, anybody can beat you, man, in softball. So, you know what? But to make a long story short, you know what? That is one of our goals.
All right, Coach, let's do some name dropping. Who is standing around you? Who's some of your top players?
I got the whole team. Get behind me, guys. Everybody, get in. The whole team's here. You can pick whoever you want. There's 22 of them. Roll the dice.
Well, let me ask you this, and this could be for any of the players who want to step up, but I know last year you guys went to the semifinals in the CIF playoffs in Division II. You guys got real close to getting to the finals. You had a chance to maybe punch your ticket, maybe win the whole thing. So how bad do you guys want to win a championship this year for the school, for the softball program, for Coach Perez? Coach, is there a player that wants to step up and maybe answer that one?
Alyssa.
Go ahead. Horace, the big dog.
Yeah.
I think ever since that loss from last season, I think all of us kind of are pushing for at least the finals this year. Because I know we went 12 innings last year, and I mean, us going back and forth with Cal, I think it was just a really good game. And I think we have a really different team this year. We're a lot younger than we were last year. We were really senior heavy team last year. But I think with the young people we have now, as long as they get out of their heads, I think we can make it to the finals.
Now, Coach Perez over here, he's not used to losing. He's used to winning a lot of championships. Has he talked to you guys about what it's going to take to win a championship?
Mental. Yeah, I think it's really mental, too, because we all know we can hit. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's just hitting when it matters. Yeah, we can beat these teams 18-0, 14-0. But what happens when we're playing these teams that have the better pitching, So I think at the end of the day, it's going to start with us being getting out of our heads. Mm-hmm. So we can't really has to start mentally. As long as we're mentally all in the game together, physically we can win. But I think it all starts with us being mentally ready to play. especially the good teams.
So let me ask you this. So it's good, it sounds like, it's good for the Valley View Eagles to actually play some really good teams and play some close games, right? Like, so maybe it's a tie game in the 7th inning, or you guys are down by a run or two. Like, is it kind of good to be in that situation now so you guys can kind of, work through that process and be ready for that CIF run?
Yeah, I think it really is. I think the game that kind of turned it around for us was our loss against Yucaipa this season. I mean, we played Yucaipa 3 times last year and we beat them. And I mean, they have technically, I would say, they have a good team this year, but I think they had a better team last year. So did we. But I think at the end of the day, we hadn't really faced a good pitcher till we saw Yucaipa. And I think especially with our younger girls, we're all just swinging at, I think just mental, being able to understand what it's going to take to beat a good team. And I feel like we learned that last year just because we were always in good ball games. Like when we played, our first few games out against Yucaipa and Citrus Valley, we went head to head with Citrus Valley and that's when we lost. And then we played them again and we were able to beat them. So I think it's just playing in those close games in the beginning of the season so we know what it's going to take to beat a team like Cal again in the finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, California, man. Good team there. Coach, let me go back to you real quick on this one because obviously every time you guys roll out the ball, you're out there to win. You want to win every single game. But like she mentioned with that Yucaipa game, you can use that, right, as a learning experience to make you guys better in the long run. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I just left a bad taste in my mouth, and I told them don't forget that taste because it was a bad taste. And so our kids have, we've come out, we beat a good Chino Hills team up at third place, and we beat Beaumont, and we just beat Chino yesterday, and we're going up to Bishop Amat tomorrow. And they're gonna be waiting for us, so we got to go out there and Bishop Amat always has good teams, so we'll see what we got tomorrow.
So, Coach, when you put that schedule together, you do that on purpose, right? To play some really good teams, so you kind of expect that caliber of competition for playoffs?
Yeah, you know what? You got all these big time schools, that play, like Itawanda and the Norcos and Rob over at Los Al. These teams, they take on that big heavy duty schedule. Even back in the day, I never did that. I have a different philosophy. I pick and choose, when it's time and when it's not time. Testing your kids every time out, and if you think you can do it, that's great. But I've never approached it that way. So, but we have enough on the schedule to get better and be ready.
And Coach, for yourself and the players that are returning this season that were part of that run last year to the semifinals, what did you find out about this team or the program or just something that you learned about, maybe taking that next step this season and winning the whole thing?
The one thing about Valley View, the one thing I learned when I first got here after the first year, these kids here have a lot of heart. That was one thing. You know what? You can't teach heart. You go to all these clinics and listen to all these college coaches, and the mental game is the most important part of the game. But the heart, having this inside of you, that's something I can't teach. And I tell them, go see the wizard. Maybe he can teach it for me. But this is something that comes within, and that's something that these kids all here. They have a lot of heart, man. They've got the most heart I've ever been around any ball club in my life. But this group, all the groups that have played here at Valley the last 3 years, they all have heart. That's something that that's an intangible, man. That's something that that you can't teach. I don't care if you can. I want to go learn it from somebody.
Well, Coach, you are the wizard when it comes to softball coaching. But let me ask you, if you've got a team, if you got a bunch of girls that want to work hard and they've got a lot of heart, how does it make your job more enjoyable? Like, you don't have to be out here. You could be relaxing on the beach probably somewhere and enjoying the sunset, but you're out here because you still love it. Why does it make it fun for you to still come out here and coach?
They keep me young. I'm probably as old as this dirt right here, but these kids keep you young, and they keep you going, and I just love doing the X's and O's, I coached basketball back in the day, but it's like a match game. It's like a checker game with these new coaches and even the old guys, so it's just a lot of fun, and it's just a fun game to coach. I love it, and I put all my heart and all my soul into it, And my expectations are really high, and discipline's really important. But these kids, they know what it's about.
All right, Coach, do you got one more player behind you that might want to answer one more question about making a CIF playoff run? Come on, I'm sure they all like to talk behind the scenes. I'm sure they're little chatterboxes. So what do you think it's going to take to make a CIF run? You guys went to the semifinals last year, and that was probably a good experience, for this program. But to make a CIF championship run, I'm sure Coach talks about it all the time in practice. What do you think it's going to take to make it to the finals and to win it and bring home a championship?
Honestly, it all takes with pitching and hitting. All of us, we got to stay together, be loud in the dugout as well. Our defense needs to stay solid as well. A little to no errors. And honestly, it's just our hitting right now, just getting runs in, scoring as much as we can each inning. And yeah.
That's a good answer. Okay, so finally, you guys gave me a thumbs down on Coach's music, but what do you guys think of his style? He's rocking the chain right now. Does Coach have good
That's
style?
Coach Little Prime, man. That's from Colorado. That's my guy.
Oh,
They know I'm a big Colorado little Coach Prime, man. These kids had to listen to him a lot last year because I made him. Because me and him we think alike, and he's a great coach up there, and he's turning college football around. But so I've got to,
Well, I think he's got those Coach Prime sunglasses too. Like you got to get some of those.
I'm still old school.
Well, Coach, listen, I really appreciate your time. You guys are off to another great season. Excited to see where this season takes you guys, and hopefully it's. Oh, one more question because I did want to ask you, Coach. The CIF, they just released another edition of those power rankings. I don't know if you guys took a look at them. I think you guys were number 1 in the first one, right? So do you take a look at those? You care about those, Coach?
The only one that I care about is the last one. That's the most important one. So the first one, the first 10 or whatever, don't mean anything. So I don't care about it right now. We got to take care of our business and let them do theirs. So we'll be fine.
Coach is too cool to worry about those power rankings. Girls, congratulations on a great season so far, but I know there is still a lot of unfinished business on the table for you guys.
That's our motto this year. That's our motto, unfinished business. Hit it right on a dime. Hey, I just want to do a shout out to my guys out at Corona High School, baseball, and Coach Weiss and those guys. That's my old high school where I went to school. And
they're doing okay.
Oh, they're all right. They're okay. They're really okay.
Well, Coach Perez, thank you so much for your time. Go Eagles. That's Valley View Softball here on the Inland Sports Show.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Prime. We love it. Thank you.
Inland Sports.